Hey guys, welcome back to Fishing for Mikey TV. So today I thought I wanted to make a video but didn't get round to it. So I thought I'd do a little short video because I want to try and upload really every other day or week, 3 videos a week or something. To have an actual quite a few videos out all the time. They might be a bit jumbled when I upload them, but I'm going to try my hardest to try and keep them weekly. At least weekly vids, and if not more often than weekly. Every so often, every 2 or 3 months, I'll have a break, but hopefully I should make some earlier videos and upload those with it. So let's get into this video. So you guys might know what this video is about by reading the title, but anyway. So now it's going to be starting to get a lot harder to catch bass, which I know definitely I've noticed. From when I started about a month ago, I went to this lake and I've been fishing the lake for ages and caught fish, but never really landed big fish. I got them, but I hadn't landed them properly. So I did always quick release them because I kept messing up. So I basically quick release them. So anyway, I have wanted to make this video last year. That's not the start of this year, but I didn't do it I wasn't really I just didn't really do many. I did lots of YouTube videos, but I didn't upload properly. I uploaded loads of long ones, and then I didn't upload, and I had to register my YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and then I just couldn't be bothered. So I didn't upload it, and then I uploaded fishing rod arsenal and everything, and it got big likes. So I thought I'd make this one. So this is the top. Let's say I'm gonna go for 1, 2, 6 top. Let's go top 6. I want to go top 5, but fine. Let's go top 5 lures for winter. So it's going to be a few different types of each one, but top 5. So we'll start off with the classical winter bait. And that is the jig. Now everyone throws a jig in the winter. I mean, if it could be this kind of jig, like a big heavy jig. It could be a football jig. It could be a little finesse jig. I have a really nice finesse jig somewhere, but I can't remember if I lost it or if I just misplaced it. Anyway, no, I might have lost it actually. Here it is. Nope, lost it. Anyway, back onto what I was saying. Everyone has a jig to throw. Well, if you don't, then you're a bit strange. But everyone has a jig to throw in the winter. Everyone knows that jigs work really well, and that's obvious. Soft plastics, everyone knows they work really well. Things like worms. So that's number 1. Number 2, jigs, worms, soft plastics, Texas rigs, all that sort of stuff. Bottom baits, slow moving, things that move slow. Basically, everyone, like I said, everyone knows jigs and slow moving baits are really good. Whether it be spinner bait, slow trolling a spinner bait along the bottom, slow trolling a chatterbait. Which I'll actually talk about that kind of. It's not one of the baits I'm going to be talking about, but I'll add it to one of the other baits, which is kind of the same style. Gives us the same vibrations and stuff. So you can slow troll chatterbaits along the bottom. You can lift them up, drop them down, sort of things. You can use a spinnerbait and just really troll it really slow along the bottom with some big blades on it, so it gives us lots of vibration. You can use deep diving crankbaits, depending on where you are. You can use little small minnows and just slowly move, like jerk bait little things, and just move them really slow, really small things like this. These seem to work really well. Smaller baits. These are trout lures, but they seem to work really well. I've had success with them anyway. So you can use almost most lures that you normally use, but you just have to make them a lot slower and find a way to make them slower. But the best baits, the jig and the soft plastics, some of the top baits that people use. Personal reference, soft plastic, and the jig is one of my bottom ones. I just don't get on with jigs. I don't use jigs much. I have 4 jigs. I have 2 finesse jigs, and then 2 normal jigs, and then an really old broken jig. But anyway, so I thought I'd talk about something that everyone talks about, but it's not the normal version. It's not a jig or anything like that. So, number 1 on the list, probably one of the best baits for me is suspending jerkbait. Now, there's many different types of suspending jerkbaits. You get different kinds of lips for different depths and different styles. But I'm just going to go for the most famous one, and that's the Lucky Craft pointer. This is a Jado B-Freeze GP100F Lucky Craft pointer. This is a suspending jerkbait. All of them I'm throwing, I think, I normally throw suspending only this time of year, or a really slow. I have a really slow floating one. I have a few fast floating, like they're called slow floating, but they float quite fast. But anyway, so start off with this one. Match the hatch. You don't have to match the hatch, but most of my baits I match the hatch with. So this one is a bluegill pattern with a white lip. Best thing to have this in the middle. They always come with Lucky Craft do, and it just gives the presentation so much. Don't know what it is, but they just love it. They always hit it right in the middle on that one for whatever reason, but you normally get them pretty good on them. So anyway, so next is another one quite known. This is a Strike King. What's it called now? Strike King. I don't know if it's a Strike King Junior or just Strike King Shad jerkbait. Can't remember what it's called. But anyway, it's a shad colour. I've got a brown back with gold and silver side with the shad spot as usual. This is a very good jerkbait. I like this. As you see, I've actually caught it on stuff a few times right at the bottom. So it definitely goes all the way to the bottom. I know that. I personally like it. I use it quite a lot, this one, because it's a lot cheaper. If you think this costs about $15, or like 13, 20, 15, 13, 12 pounds or something like that, £10, and this costs like what, $10, £5 or something like that, £6, I don't know, not much really compared to that one. So I always throw this a lot more. Just personal reference as well. I love the Lucky Craft, but I don't want to lose it, so I always throw the Strike King. The next one is another one that can be very expensive. It cost me quite a lot to buy it because I had to buy it from France, and this is the Rapala Shadow Wrap 11 Shadow Wrap Shad 11 jerkbait. This is Shadow Wrap 11. It's the Rapala Shadow Wrap 11 jerkbait in shad colour. Now, I really do like this jerkbait. This is probably my favourite jerkbait. Something about it. I saw it, the way it moved in the water when Rapala were advertising it, and I was like, you know what, I really want one of them. And then I was looking everywhere, I couldn't get them, and then I went to France, and I actually found this one, and I really like this one. This colour, they had a few other colours, but I picked this one. And I've had 3 bites on it, haven't actually caught any on it, but they were all big bites, and they're pulling and pulling and pulling. That's why I couldn't catch them. They just, one fish, right? If you think, I had a fish on this about 2 weeks ago, and it pulled 3 kilo of drag. I had a fish on this, and it pulled 4 kilo of drag. My drag was almost full, and it pulled it. That's just crazy. So whatever it was big. I think it was a bass. It felt like a bass. So, because it was just like the rod was suspended, and it was pulling. It wasn't juddering or anything like it does with catfish and things when they swim, and it was just pulling. So next up on my still going through jerkbaits, I've got the Laydown Minnow Mid 11 SP. It's a medium diving crankbait. Jerkbait, sorry. These are really good. Slava has one of these. swears by them. I like it. Actually, I bought one because he said it's really good. So, and they work pretty well. I haven't had any fish on it. Don't use it much, but good to have in the tackle box. A few different colours and styles of jerk baits: reds, orange, yellows, silvers. So there's all that. One more bait that I want to talk about, and really this bait is like there's two different types of it. And one works better than the other depending on how it is, but I'm going to talk about both of them. Two different styles, but of the same type of lure. So the lure I'm talking about is the crankbait and the lipless crankbaits. So when this time of year, when like end of fall or autumn, end of autumn coming into like winter, a lipless crankbait works really well. So this is one I like to use. I actually bought this one. It's a new one. I have tried it before, but I've never owned one myself. I just bought this one. I have used them before, and I liked them a lot. The motion and everything. So I haven't caught fish on it. But this is a Berkeley Dex, green, dark orange and chartreuse lipless crankbait. I also have a few other lipless crankbaits. I don't know the names of them. They're just cheapish ones. This is, I think, originally this was Daiwa, I think it is. Ow. Yeah, be careful, guys. You don't want to hook yourself. It'll really hurt. Ow. Right in the middle of the finger. And yeah, this is a Daiwa lipless crankbait, I believe. I can't remember. It might be Lucky Craft, actually. So there's so many different types of lipless cranks, different sizes, different styles. I'll just show you a few different ones. So there's these long ones like this. I don't want to take them all out. You've got the fat one, this style. You've got the long one. You've got the one I just showed you. You've got the Berkeley one. Then you've got this style. I have a few of these, different colours. This one. And then you've got these like really long and rounded ones, which are quite weird, but they work pretty well. And another jerkbait I've got, 110, obviously, best. Can't go wrong with Mega Bass. So anyway, that's basically lipless crankbaits. They work really well. So let's go on to their original self before they're lipless. And that's crankbaits. So another one of the crankbaits that I like to use, I know they work really well, and that's the Berkeley Dex. This is a blueback, chartreuse body shad, square bill crankbait, lipped crankbait. This is obviously. This is the same as that one. This is almost silent, whereas the lipless crankbait is quite loud. I use these quite a bit. I don't want to lose them, so I'm always careful with them, because everyone says you can bang them off everything, but I always get them stuck. Always, always, always. So I'll just show you a few different ones I have. None of them are really expensive, except this one, which I actually found. This is a Mega Bass green, it's like a square billy crankbait sort of thing. These are really good. It has a light thing underneath. I think it's probably for catfish, but they're really good anyway. They work good, nice for bass. I just found that one actually. I had one in like this, but same style, but in a different colour, and I lost it, so got a new one. I also just like using cheap crankbaits. Really, it doesn't matter what the company is. This one I think cost me like I bought from the second-hand fishing shop. It cost me like 200 yen, which is like what, $1 or whatever. It's not cheap, expensive, pounds, whatever. Just a cheap, really cheap square bill crankbait. Works the same as it. Not much difference. Quite a bit of difference, but not that much difference off a expensive one. You can still catch good fish on it. Just change the hooks up. I've also got this other one. This is quite expensive actually. Buy one of these. This is a combat crank. These are quite nice. It's sort of like a square bill, but not. And it's got quite a lot of motion. And then enough of the talking on baits. I'll just give you a quick talk of what personal reference for rods and reels are for these baits. So usually for throwing a jig, I have quite a heavy jig rod. You can use almost any rod really. everyone says you have to have special rods for jigs, but I have a jig rod, but I bought this I use it for frogging, I use it for swim baits, I use it for jigs, I use it for jerk baits, because it's quite a heavy rod. It's not like weighted and it's not heavy, but just the strength of it is quite nice for jerk baits and all that sort of stuff. This is Major Craft First Cast Black Bass Fishing FCC 702X, 10 to 84 gram and 14 to 30 pound line, 7 foot. Was that 7 inch? I don't know. 7 foot, I'm guessing. Yeah, 7 foot rod. I've got at the moment. This is not the reel I normally use. I normally use a PROX Valtom BC F1. But at the moment, I'm just trying out right-hand reels because I never use right-hand retrieve. This is a Daiwa Team Daiwa X 103 HV. I got this from my brother for Christmas, along with my Daiwa Bass X. This is my first bait casting combo. Well, the reel is anyway. I actually started using bait casting reels about actually exactly a year now. I've had a lot of experience with them. Like, I use them again and again and again. Every day I practice with them, play with them, learn more about them, go fishing with them, and just like learn about them. So I know a heck of a lot about them now. I look at them online, look at how they're made, how the styles are them, how they work, how different ones work better, and all that sort of stuff. I spent hours on them watching. So I kind of know what I'm talking about now. That's why the main reason why I researched so much. So this is a Team Daiwa X 103 HV. This is a high-speed Daiwa, one of Daiwa's high-speed reels for bass. It's good, like high speed. Everything just means you can turn the handle a lot quicker. So and everything just moves quicker. This is a 6.3 to 1 gear ratio. At the moment, I've got 45 pound I think it's called Devil's Braid on it at the moment. I haven't got a leader tied on. I've just been using it without a leader, which sometimes works. It depends on if it's really dirty water, then you don't really need a leader. I don't use a leader anyway, but if it's clear water, then I always use a leader. And if it's not very dirty, I always use a leader. But anyway, this is I have the jig on it. So anyway, for me, this is my favourite kind of setup. 6 points, anything between 6 to 6 point, like 6 to 7. I like to use gear ratio 6.6. I normally use a 6.6, but anywhere between 6 and 7 I like to use for jigging, for using jigs, flipping and pitching, that sort of thing. It's just my personal reference. Everyone says that you have to have this and this and this. It depends on what you like. I prefer that for me, but anyway, I use a 6.2, 6.6 for everything. I used to use a 7.3 for cranking, but now I've changed to what is this anyway? I don't even know what this is. I think it's a 6.2. I think this is actually a 6.2 as well. Anyway, now I've got my new rod, my Corzza, Major Craft Corzza, which I've got my Daiwa blazon on it, which I think is a 6.6 to 1 gear ratio. I'm not 100% sure. I have to check. I'll get the box down in a second. And I've been using that for cranking at the moment, and also using small finesse jigs and that sort of thing, just lighter bait on it. And on this I have 14 pound fluorocarbon. This is Sunline. It's like a multicoloured one. Highlight marker leader or something like that. Highlight marker fluorocarbon or something like that it's called. This reel is a 6.3 to 1 gear ratio. That's what I've been using for cranking. That's what I used to use that for frogging, and now I use it for cranking. I use 6.3 for jigs and all that sort of stuff. I use 6 for everything. It's just personal reference. Everyone says you shouldn't. I have an 8.1 for finesse. I have what's my spinning reel? I can't remember what my spinning reels are now, but I think they're about 6.3 or 6.6 or something. I know I use a 6. I used to use a 6.2 for Texas rigs, but I know everyone says you shouldn't. But I just personal reference, I used used to use a 7.3 for cranking. It was my sea fishing reel, but then I started using it for cranking and all that sort of stuff. So, that's quite good actually. But after a time, I just got bored of having the big handle and turning it, and it's moving too fast for me. I stick with 6s for everything. Slava next door's the guy I go fishing with always telling me I need to get like a 7.3 and a 7.2, and I need to get a 6.9 and an 8.1. I don't want all of these. I don't care about the gear ratios. You can only move a reel as fast as you can turn the handle. Now, I can't remember who it was who said this, but either it was a YouTuber or a professional fisherman said this. He said a bait will only move as fast as you can turn that handle. So it doesn't matter if I have a 6.2 or a 7.3. If I can turn the handle fast enough on a 6.2, then I don't need a 7.3 because I can just turn the handle fast. I don't really care about how fast I have to turn the handle. It's so much easier to just have all of the same size reels because I just like it. I just personally like 7.3s. I personally like 6 to 7 gear ratio, and then for finesse I have an 8 to 8.1, and I do like the 7.3s and stuff, but I don't want it. I just like what I have, and that's what I have. I always want more, but I just like to have those all the same gear ratios. So that's what I stick to. So basically, if you're cranking, always use fluorocarbon. If you're doing you can use always use fluoro or mono for cranking. You can use braid, but you need to have like a really long leader. I use braid normally. I use braid for everything, or I used to. I've just started using fluorocarbon the last week for cranking. I always use braid because I just couldn't not cast with fluorocarbon ever. It used to backlash constantly and really bad. So anyway, that's all my baits. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Sorry I keep waffling on all the time. I really hope to make some good videos soon. I actually might be getting a Canon 7TD to make this video quality so much better, and the audio so much better. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. And by the way, this is not old clothes, this is my fishing jacket. It's just up there because I hadn't had time to hang it up because I went fishing the other morning, and I just put it down and I ran to work, and I've just forgotten to get it back up. So anyway, it's not old clothes, it's my fishing jacket. It's actually a Super Joy jacket, but I wear it for fishing. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to hit that like button, because no one ever hits the like button and it really upsets me. But at least you guys view my videos, and that's what makes me feel really happy. And it's the only thing that drives me to make these videos. I want to make these videos so much, but I don't have time, and when people like them, it just drives me to make more videos. After my first video, my video last time of LRF fishing, and then my other one with my girlfriend, and I got quite a few views compared to normal, and that really just made me feel really happy, so I uploaded more videos. Thanks to everyone who's liked me on Instagram, followed me on Instagram, that's amazing, and people who've used my Facebook page, that's just amazing. Thanks, guys. Please subscribe, comment below what you think I should do in some videos, because I have not many ideas, and I need your guys' help to make better videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys later.